Well, Governor Cooper,
Me too.
Governor Cooper, thank you so much for joining me tonight. In Mecklenburg County, not everyone who needs a test can still get one right now. Is it responsible to start reopening the state when that's still the case?
Well, what we've done is we've begun this process with care and not haste. Phase one eliminates the non-essential, essential businesses, but still keeps a lot of the businesses closed that are closed under the executive order right now. So we have done this cautiously. And we're also ramping up our testing immensely. We're now averaging over 5,000 tests a day. We hope to be getting to 10,000 tests a day soon. So we have more and more opportunities for people to get tested, and that's going to be a key anchor point for making sure that we are going through these phases and easing restrictions in a responsible way. We're keeping public safety first and foremost in our minds when we're doing this, and we're relying on the evidence and the data. And part of that evidence is whether or not we can provide the kind of testing that we need. Remember, we're still under a stay-at-home order. We've just allowed more activities for people to visit stores that are open. And we think the people of North Carolina will be responsible for this. I think they get the credit, the people of our state get the credit for having flattened our curve, having us leveling out, having us not see the spikes that other states and countries have seen. So we think that this is the responsible move that we need to make.
In Mecklenburg County, more than 1,800 residents have tested positive for COVID-19. Avery County has had 0 cases. Why should those two counties be treated the same in terms of restrictions?
Well, the virus doesn't respect county lines, and we know that in some other states that have eased restrictions much more quickly than North Carolina, we've seen rural outbreaks, and we've seen a number of our rural areas get hit by the virus, and we know that it can happen anytime. We're still, though, keeping on the table potentially a regional approach to this. We know that transmission of the virus is more likely in crowded and urban areas. However, rural counties can be affected by this too. And that can be an additional problem because often healthcare facilities in rural areas can be more easily overwhelmed. So we're working to see if we can provide a regional approach to this. We think a statewide floor is the most important thing that we can do. And we're going to continue to work with local legislators and local government officials to come up with the right moves as we move from phase to phase in trying to reignite our economy while at the same time keeping people safe.
Governor Cooper, if a mall can reopen Friday at 5 p.m., why can't a house of worship?
Well, number one, in retail stores, people are moving around. And we have strict requirements of retail stores that they have to operate at 50% capacity, that they have to provide places for people to be 6 feet apart. We recommend that their employees wear masks and that they sanitize frequently. When people are inside, whether it's a house of worship or whether it is any other meeting, and they are sitting or standing relatively close to each other for more than 10 minutes inside, the evidence and the science shows that the risk of transmission is so much higher. And I think in talking with ministers across our state, that they understand that they want to keep the members of their congregation safe. I'm a person of faith. I miss very much physically going to church every Sunday, but I know this is the safest move. We have recognized, however, that there is a First Amendment right to worship, and there is a provision in Phase 1 and in place now, for that matter, where people could worship outside in groups of more than 10 as long as they are socially distant. And we hope that everyone will be careful with this. We know that it is an important part of many people's lives, their faith. But I'll tell you what I have seen church congregations do across this state, even though they are not in a building having a service, they are being of service to their communities. And it's amazing to see the stories of help and care that they are giving, praying with people over video conference and on the phones, and I'm proud of the work that they're doing.
Governor Cooper, a lot of families are starting to plan for the summer. Do you believe they'll be able to safely take a vacation in North Carolina this summer?
We are urging businesses to make sure that their places of business are clean and safe for their customers. And I'll tell you, we're not going to be able to boost our economy unless people have confidence in their safety. And the business community is working hard with that. This new phase 1 does allow people to leave their home to obtain goods and services. And part of that would be you'd be able to go to a hotel or a short-term rental in order to be able to do business with them. These are choices that families will have to make as they go forward. We're going to push our businesses to do the right thing. We still have a stay-at-home order. We recommend that, and we particularly recommend that for people who are at risk with underlying health conditions and who are over 65. But we believe that in phase 1 here that people can make their decisions about that. And we want to create an atmosphere and an economy where people feel safe and where employers are treating their employees the right way, encouraging teleworking, and making sure that they have a place that's clean. I talked to a car dealer the other day, saw a customer a little timidly coming in to visit the showroom, and that customer was so relieved to see the salesperson with a mask, which is designed to protect the customers, to see signs that they are cleaning frequently and keeping social distance. And that customer felt much better about going in and felt safe to be able to go in to purchase a car. So that's the kind of environment that we want to create out there to help boost our economy while at the same time keeping people safe.
Governor Cooper, I know you're busy. We really appreciate you taking the time to do an interview with us tonight.
Thanks, Joe.